No. Hey. I didn't see you there. I'll let you know I'm glad you're here. Because, it's another night for Monopoly. And we're getting close to the end of the season. This is episode number 223. And we're going to do this one live, just like we've done the other 22. So let's get down to it. And let's go out here. And let's have a great show. And we start in 3, sorry about that, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Monopoly, coming to you live from Grandma Studios inside of the MVG production house. It is good to be with you guys again for another week here at Monopoly. We are up to episode 23 of season 2, and man, this is a big one tonight. Because we've got a man over here in the red podium. He has won 4 games in a row, and he is on his strive for 5. So let's meet him now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from Metairie, Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jason Meyers. Welcome back there to Monopoly, Jason. It's been so long that you've been over here in the podium and not been over there being Mr. Monopoly. I've almost forgot that you're Mr. Monopoly, and that's sad. Well, trust me, he's eventually going to screw this shit up, and we'll be looking to fill the job. Yeah, it's probably going to happen tonight. But yeah, so Jason, you have pulled one of the most epic runs here in the history of this show. Again, as I said, you've won 4 games in a row, and you have won just under $77,000 in your 4-game win streak so far. And we know tonight's a special night for you, looking to get number 5 and to join an elite class that truly only has one other person in it. Do you think you've got what it takes to do that? That is a bridge that we will cross, and hopefully it will not be the same bridge that I remember crossing back in the year 1999 going into New Orleans, and it was a bridge that was so low to the water I thought I was actually going to be walking on it. Yeah, that bridge. I was going to say that's what I thought I had heard, but yeah, you got your work cut out. So if you would, Jason, go ahead and remind everybody. We know where you're from. Tell everybody what it is that you do, and what are your hopes, your dreams, your passions, and why should the gerbil be exterminated tonight? Well, I would say that is a technically a good answer, although you were answering the wrong question. I asked why he should be exterminated. You were looking for reasons to keep him, but you actually wound up technically answering the right question. So, yeah, hey, we wish you the best of luck tonight, Jason, on that strive for 5. We'll be getting more into that as we get along in our game. But yeah, like you said, you've got some tough competitors here. We're going to meet them now here in the gold podium. This man comes to us from a place I like to call Fond du Lac, but he calls it Fond du Lac in Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, back for the first time in a long time, it is Neil with Will Sternitsky. Man, Neil, it has been an absolute hot minute since you've been here. I take just a quick little peek, and let's see. We've not seen you since episode 10. That's like 140 Scott Michaels years. Yeah. So where the hell have you been? Yeah, you've been building the new wheel for next season, right? Well, yeah, because trust me, if he gets anywhere around it, he's probably going to lay down and fall asleep and stop paying attention. And we'll be looking at him saying, "Go, Mark, go!" But yeah, so it's good to have you back here right now for the season. You are currently sitting in 17th place overall. But hey, if you could come around and take down the champ tonight, you could very well find yourself up in that top 9. Do you think you've got what it takes to take Jason down when so many others haven't been able to? Okay. I was going to say, does it have anything to do with alcohol? Well, I was going to say at first that you might have trouble with keeping him locked up like that because Kevin would probably need him for Goldmine, but let's be realistic. Kevin's not going to film that anytime this year. So there's a better chance that Definition Season 3 is going to get filmed this year. Yes, that is right. Hey, Kevin, how you doing over there, buddy? I'm sure I'll be getting a phone call tomorrow. But yeah, so Neil, if you would remind everybody, again, you can tell everybody where exactly it is that you're from, what you do for a living, and why do you think that the gerbil should be exterminated?
Uh, but the gerbil being exterminated, well, the sad news about that is that Baxter Stockman already went after a rat in New York City.
So, and here's the good news is that the audience out there in Livestream land was finally able to hear most of what you said there. They didn't get what Jason said, and let me go ahead and tell everybody what happened there. So I recently got a new headset, and inside of the recording software that I use here that throws the live stream out, I had not made that change for tonight because I've been kind of going back and forth. So that's fixed. Don't worry. Jason said some things, and then Neil said a thing or two, and then you heard the rest of it. So, yeah, you're caught up. And Travis did an intro earlier as we came into the show, and he told you about who the people were and stuff. So, yeah, again, you're fully caught up now. So,
yay.
Yeah. All right. So, Neil, best of luck to you tonight. And finally, we go over to the person in the green podium. He has been here probably at least 24 of our 23 episodes this season, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for his first win since episode 2 of this season. Scott Michaels, he's back again.
Yay! I had to make my once every 3 episode appearance. My turn.
Yes, Scott Michaels is basically the, oh man, what was her name? We'll just call him. He's the Paul Lynde of this Hollywood Squares game. Yeah, I was going to try to go with one of the ladies from To Tell the Truth, but I couldn't think of her last name. So, but yeah, as you said, you have been here. This will be your 8th appearance this season. For those of you that are like, really, he's been here that much? Yeah, episodes 1, 2, 3, 8, 13. Let me go across the line there. 12, 17, and 20. So, yes, he comes around about every 3 to 4 episodes and graces us with his presence again. So, hey, unless he wins tonight, chances are this is the last time you're seeing him until the Tournament of Champions. So, yeah, Scott, if you would remind everybody out there what it is you do for a living, where you're from, and why do you think the gerbil should go down?
Well, I'm right down the road from Neil. I'm in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Currently college student, about to get out of school in a couple weeks here. And the gerbil should just get it because why not?
Hey, that's fair enough. So, as I've asked, as I asked Neil, I'm going to ask you the same thing. Why do you think you've got what it takes to take down Jason when you have already faced him in his 4-game winning streak here and you lost to him?
Because, if you remember back to episode 1, Jason was the champion then. I beat him then. When we met last time, he barely scraped by. This is our rubber match, and I'm not gonna go down without a fight.
I wish someone told me this was a rubber match and I would have wore my extra large size. But, you know, that things happen. I guess my volume was on mute then too. Yes, thank you very much. And yes, as my buddy out there, Tony, said, that's right. I'm not sorry, bitch.
That's the goal.
Yeah, sorry, Thursday nights. Make sure you're here for it. Championship game this Thursday. All right, well, those right there, ladies and gentlemen, those are our players.
Yay!
All right, so now we are going to get into the main gameplay of this thing. Of course, we are now into the acquisition phase of our game. So this is, of course, how it works for those of you that are just coming for the first time to watch. And I saw one or two, I think, new people out there watching. So, of course, in this round here, we're going to be going around stopping at each and every property. At that property, I'm going to be asking these players trivia questions. What? We ask trivia questions here? You don't just say true, false, flip a coin, pick the number odd or even, or hey, do I smell nice? And then get mad if I said the wrong thing and then say you have to ask me another question or I'm going to pitch a fit. No, that's not the way we do things here at MVG Productions and Grandma Studios. We ask trivia questions. We actually want to know what these people know. So if that's right, I don't care. Bitch. If these players get the question right, they will get the dollar amount that you see down at the very bottom of that property. They get it wrong, they're going to lose that dollar amount, and one of the other players could buzz in. Nobody gets it right through that question, and the buzzer goes off, then we're going to cut that property value in half, and trust me, there's a good chance there's going to be that happening several times throughout this round, if it's anything like any of the last few games, and we will keep it at half price until someone eventually gets the question right. Once we've made it through all the properties in that color group, if someone owns all of it, they're going to get a bonus amount of money for owning all the properties. If multiple people own it, we'll go into a playoff showdown round, and we'll talk more about that when that happens. So we're going to do a quick buzzer check here as I get my trivia book out. Thank you very much, Jason. You're on top of it. No, you're in trouble, Scott. Neil? Thank you, Scott. There you go. All right, so we are ready to play. Let's do this. We start with our Brown Property Group and Mediterranean Avenue players. This is going to be a $60 property, and here comes your first question of the evening. Good luck to everybody. Which English spa town, famous since Roman times, is the home of the famous Gregorian Royal Crescent? Well, you're going to be disappointing yourselves, guys. So we're talking about spas. That would be Bath. All right. Sometimes it's that simple. And hey, I've not even gotten into asking like 4 or 5 questions that have the answer of New York yet. All right, so we're going to cut that property value now down in half. It's now $30, and here is the next question. Genoa is a city in which country? Jason.
Italy.
Italy is correct. $30 over to you. You own one of the Brown properties. We now go to Baltic Avenue. $60 property for this question. In nature, is Jacaranda the name of a tree or an animal? Scott.
Excuse me, tree.
Tree is correct. $60 comes to you. You are up to 60. All right, so now we are ready for a showdown here because we've got 2 players that own a property. Neil, you'll be sitting this one out. I need one correct answer from either one of you, and you will then take the Monopoly and the bonus money. Here comes that question. In fashion, was the A-line style created by Christian Dior or Yves Saint Laurent? That's Jason.
Yves Saint Laurent.
No, I'm sorry. Scott.
Christian Dior.
Christian Dior is correct. And you have taken the Brown Property Group. With that comes $120 of combined value, taking you up to $180. All right, and double checking here. Did I hear clapping? There it is. Okay, I couldn't tell if it was just very quiet. All right, so we are now moving over to our light blue properties, and we start with Oriental Avenue. This here is a $100 property, and here is the question. All players involved. In the children's rhyme, what animal did Tom the Piper's son steal? Well, that would be something that Jose likes to have a lot of fun with. That's a pig. All right, so we're going to cut that property value in half now. It's now going to be $50 players. Let's move on to the next question. In medicine, what part of the abdomen would be inflamed if you had the disorder colitis? Scott.
Colon.
Colon is correct. $50 over to you. Takes you up to $230. We now go over to Vermont Avenue. $100 for this question. In the animal kingdom, the mandrill is an ape native to which continent? Scott.
Africa.
Africa is correct. $100 over to you. You're up to $330, and you own 2 light blues. We now go to Connecticut Avenue. $120 players with this question. In the nursery rhyme, what was Wee Willie Winky wearing as he ran through the town? Jason.
His nightgown.
His nightgown is correct. $120 to you. You're up to $150. All right, Scott, you own 2 properties. Jason, you own 1. So, Neil, you'll be taking a break here once again. Not as if you haven't been taking a break the whole game so far. And
Get
Jason,
out of my head, sir.
You're welcome. Bitch. Jason, you're going to need to give me 2 correct answers. Scott, I'll need 1 for this Monopoly. Here comes the first one. Girls Just Want to Have Fun was, and that's Jason.
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper's correct. All right, next correct answer from either player takes the Monopoly. Traditionally, the sweet pea is a birth flower associated with which month? Scott.
May.
No, I'm sorry. Jason? Again, no money at risk for a wrong answer. Go ahead.
September.
No, should have went a month sooner than Scott. It was April.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next question. Which Emily Bronte novel was made into a film in Jason?
Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights is correct. Jason, you have taken the light blue properties. With that comes $320 of combined value, taking you up to $470.
Neil, open the chamber.
All right, it's in the construction site.
All right, we now make that turn onto 2nd Street. We're in our magenta properties, and this is St. Charles Place. It's a $140 property with this question. All players are involved, possibly Neil. In ancient history, Memphis was a capital of which... Scott?
Egypt.
Egypt is correct. $140 to you, takes you to $470. We got a tie. Next up is States Avenue. $140 for the next question. In math, which chart to show relative quantities consists of a circle divided into a... and that's Scott.
A pie chart?
Pie chart is correct. $140 to you, takes you to $610. You own 2 of the magentas.
I put it on one. Holy shit.
We now go to Virginia Avenue. This is a $160 property that Neil's not going to buzz in for.
Right?
Before he hit the big screen, Bruce Willis starred opposite Sybil Shepherd, and that's Jason.
Moonlighting.
Moonlighting is correct. 160 to you, takes you to 630. All right, once again, we are ready for a showdown. Neil, guess what? Take a break. All right. Scott?
We'll be back right after this.
Yeah. Neil will be taking a bathroom break during this time because it's not like he's going to buzz in anyway. All right, so Scott, I only need 1 correct answer from you. Jason, I need 2. Here comes the first one.
Good news, I fell in.
That's right. In which Russian city is the famous Hermitage Museum? That's Scott.
Moscow?
No, I'm sorry.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure thing. In which Russian city is the famous Hermitage Museum? Jason?
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg is correct.
Damn.
All right. Again, 1 correct answer from either one of you takes the magenta properties. Which Tennessee Williams play was made into a 19... And that is Scott.
Glass Menagerie.
Nope. I'll finish the question for you, Jason.
Damn it, it's the other one.
Which... Go ahead.
Streetcar named Desire.
No. So, it was Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Hot tin roof.
Oof.
Yes, might have. I'll finish the question just see if you would have got it. Which Tennessee Williams play was made into a 1958 film starring Elizabeth Taylor and Paul Newman?
Son of a bitch.
Well,
That is why you should have let me finish reading the question. It wasn't going to hurt nothing. All right, so let's go to our next one. In the human body, ossification is the formation of what? Jason.
bones.
Bone is correct, and Jason, you have taken the magenta property group. That comes with $440 of combined value, taking you up to $1,070. We now move over to our orange properties, and we start at St. James Place. $180. At least 2 out of the 3 people are going to be involved in this. Here comes the question.
Hey, the other one's still in the bathroom.
Okay. The orbit of which planet lies between those of Earth and Mercury? Jason.
Venus.
Venus is correct. $180 to you. You're up to $1,250. Next up is Tennessee Avenue. $180 for this question. In nature, what part of a fly generates the buzzing sound? Scott.
The wing?
The wings is correct. $180 to you. You're up to $790. 1 for Jason, 1 for Scott. Hey, guess what? Neil still has nothing.
And that's 2 I buzzed in for.
Oh, okay. All right. Now we are to New York Avenue. $200 for this question. In the animal kingdom, which has more legs, a lobster or a scorpion? Jason.
Lobster.
Lobster is correct. $200 to you. You're up to $1,450. Jason, you have 2 properties. Scott, you have 1. Neil, guess what? 0. So, showdown between Jason and Scott. Jason, I need 1 correct answer from you this time, and Scott, I need 2. In physics, what is the minimum number of metals needed to form an alloy? Scott.
2.
2 is correct. All right, 1 more from either of you takes the monopoly. In physics, what unit of electromotive force was named after Count Alessandro Volt? Scott?
Volts?
The volt is correct, and Scott, you have taken the orange property group. With that comes $560 of combined value, bringing you up to $1,350. We now turn on to 3rd Street, And we start with Kentucky Avenue. $220 here for this question. All are involved. Which planet has been called both the morning star and the evening star? And that is Jason.
Mercury. Mercury.
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you $220. Takes you to $12.30. Scott or Neil? Scott.
Is it Venus?
It is Venus. $220 comes to you. Takes you up to $15.70.
I'm glad you got that right because I would have been wrong.
Now we go to Indiana Avenue. $220 players for this question. Followers of which religion face towards Mecca to pray? Scott?
Islam.
Islam is correct. $220 for you. You're up to $17.90. You've got two of the reds already. We now go to Illinois Avenue. $240 here, players, for this question. In geology, what A as in apple is the most abundant metal in the crust of the earth? Scott?
Aluminum.
Aluminum is correct. $240 to you. And with that, you have taken the red property group as you already own all three. With that comes $680 of combined value, taking you up to $2,710. We now move over to the yellow properties and Atlantic Avenue. This is a $260 property, and here comes your question. All players involved, supposedly. In television, Cliff Barnes was the arch enemy of which 1980s soap character? If I said nighttime, would that have helped you? J.R. Ewing. All right, so we're going to cut that property value down in half now to $130. Here's the next question. Which independent nation in the West Indies is the most easterly of the Caribbean islands? That would be Barbados. Barbados. Still $130 for this question. The former American television series, words English, Chicago Hope is set in which type of establishment? Scott.
Hospital.
It wasn't a hospital. $130 to you. Takes you up to $28.40. All right, clear that. Excuse me on that. All right, now we move over to Ventnor Avenue. $260. Next question. In which country would you find the city of Sarajevo? Jason.
Bosnia.
Bosnia is correct. $260 to you. Takes you to $14.90. One property between Jason and Scott. Next up is Marvin Gardens. $280 for this question. What V as in victory is the country with the highest cable car system, and that is Jason.
Vietnam.
No, that's going to cost you $280. So the rest of that question, what V as in victory is the country with the highest cable car system in the world? Neil.
Vienna? No.
Vienna, no, I'm sorry. Vienna's still not a country. Cost you $280. Scott, would you like a shot? Go ahead.
Venezuela?
The other V, Venezuela, is correct. $280 to you. Takes you up to $31.20. All right, Scott, you own two of the yellows. Jason, you own one. Hey, Neil, at least you have some other numbers on the board now.
Back to the bathroom.
That's right. All right. Jason, I need two correct answers. Scott, I need one. What was the name of the ship on which explorer Christopher Columbus set sail? And that is Scott.
The Nina?
No, I'm sorry. Set sail in 1492, Jason. Go ahead.
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria is correct. All right, next correct answer takes the yellow properties. Which animal belongs to the pinnipeds family? A bat or a seal? Scott.
Seal.
Seal is correct, and Scott, you have taken the yellow property group. With that comes $800 of combined value. Let me hit the button, taking you up to $3,920. We now turn on to 4th Street. We're in our green property groups, and we start with that very specific avenue. It is Pacific Avenue. $300. Everyone's involved with this question. Gamal Nasser and Anwar Sadat were both leaders of which Middle Eastern country? That would have been Egypt. Egypt. Hey, look, I did Egypt twice. All right, we're going to cut that property in half now. $150 for this question. Which pop band's 1994 debut album was Definitely Maybe? Jason.
Def Leppard.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $150. Neil or Scott?
I guess, but it's too late.
What'd you think it was?
Spice Girls.
Nope. Oasis. No. Oasis.
Oh!
All right. Let's try another one. Which Dutch painter, usually known only by his first name, had the surname Van Rijn? Jason?
Vermeer.
No, sorry, it's going to cost you another $150.
Damn it.
Scott or Neil? He often has a toothpaste named after him, Rembrandt.
Colgate.
Yeah. All right, let's try another $150 question. Where on the body would a cravat normally be worn? And that's Jason.
Around the neck.
Round the neck is correct. $150 to you. You're back up to $1,060, and you've got one green property. We now go over to the home of Brandon Scruggs, this North Carolina Avenue. $300, players, for this question. In which subject does one encounter sines, cosines, and tangents? Scott.
Math.
Math is correct. $300 to you. Takes you to $4,220. We now go to Pennsylvania Avenue, the home of the president. $320 here for this question. The outside of the Statue of Liberty is made from which metal? And that's Scott.
Copper.
Copper is correct. $320 takes you to $4,540. All right, and Scott, you have 2 of the greens. Jason, you've got 1. Neil, shocker. All right. So, Jason, you know I need 2 correct answers. Scott, I need 1. And right now, Scott is on a run of 3 monopolies in a row. Here's the first question. Who directed the films North by Northwest and Vertigo? Scott.
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock is correct, and that's 4 in a row. You've taken the green properties. $920 of combined value, taking you up to $5,460. We now go over to our final property group. It's our dark blues, and we start with Park Place. This is a $350 property with this question. In the animal kingdom, the Kodiak is the largest and that is Jason.
Bear.
Bear is correct. $350 takes you to $1,410. And we're now to our final property of the acquisition phase. It's Boardwalk. $400, players, for this question. In the International Phonetic Alphabet, if A is Alpha and Z is Zulu, what is W? Jason.
Whiskey.
Whiskey is correct. $400 for acquiring Boardwalk. And with that, you have taken the dark blue property group. $750 of combined value. Takes you up to $2,560. And that brings us to the end of the acquisition phase. Let's take a look at where we currently stand. Right now, in third place with no monopolies and negative $280 is Neil Sternitsky, our yellow player. In second place is our current champion with 3 monopolies and $2,560. It's Jason Meyers. And in first place right now with 5 monopolies and $5,460 is our green player, Scott Michaels. This is where we take our first commercial break of the evening. While we are in commercial break, these players are going to be spending their money to make upgrades, putting houses and hotels on those properties. And when we come back, we're going to play our 15-minute big money round to find who's going to move on to our bonus game for the chance to win up to $50,000 right here on your favorite board game. It's now a game show. That's right. It's Monopoly. Welcome back here to Monopoly, man. We've got a very interesting game going on here tonight. So let's go ahead and take a look at where things stand right now. Of course, during our break, we let our players go around spending some of that money to make upgrades to their property by putting on houses and hotels. It's $50 a piece for each house. Once they've built evenly across their properties, then they can start adding on hotels for an additional $50, equaling $250 for each individual property. So after that's been done, you can see we like to say here at Grandma Studios Monopoly, everything's been hoed out. So this is where we stand on money. Right now, Neil is still in third place at negative $280. Jason is still in second at $560, and Scott is still in first at $1,960. Well, it is that time of the night that I must apologize to everybody, because you're about to have your ears talked off, because he's back, holy shit, he's back. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm boo to Senior Monopoly himself, Jose Cazares.
Good to be back once again.
Yeah, he's glad to be here, but boy, are his arms tired.
Yep.
We'll give you a wild guess at what he's been doing with those arms. But so, Jose, this has been quite the interesting evening. Although Scott got the first property, Jason got on a little bit of a run. Looked like he was going to be able to have a potential runaway, and then Scott said, "Hell to the no, no." And right now, Scott's dominating. What are your thoughts?
Well, Scott may be dominating now, but as we've seen previously, anything and everything can happen, especially with those hostile takeovers. I'm genuinely excited to see how this one goes.
Hey, I am too, because this is a big night here, as we said in the opening of Monopoly, because Jason is looking to win his 5th game in a row. And something new in Season 2 is if a player is able to win 5 games in a row, just like one of my old favorite game shows, if they can do 5 in a row, they're going to do what? They're going to win a new car! Tell them about it, Jose.
That's right. So, unleash the thrill of the future with the 2025 Ford Mustang GT 60th Anniversary Convertible, a symphony of power, precision, and passion. Crafted to ignite the senses and conquer the road ahead, this iconic American legend combines heritage with innovation like never before. From its bold exterior design to its meticulously crafted interior, every detail of the 2025 Mustang speaks to a legacy of excellence. Experience the fusion of tradition and technology where driving becomes an art form and every journey is an adventure. Elevate your expectations and embrace the evolution of automotive excellence with the 2025 Ford Mustang. This car is worth $55,550.
All right, that is right, Jason. So that is what you have potentially got in your future. You win 5 in a row, and you can win that 2025 Ford Mustang convertible worth $55,555 to celebrate your 5th win in a row. But first, of course, you have got to win this game. So, of course, we are in our 15-minute big money round at this point, and here is how this is going to work. Of course, we are going to be making as many trips around the board as we possibly can for those 15 minutes. If we land on one of the properties on the board, then there will be a trivia question given to the player that owns that property. if they get it correct, they will earn the rent amount that you will see come up on the card in the middle of the board there. If they get it wrong, it won't cost them anything, although it will become a toss-up question for the other two players. If one of them gets it right, they're going to steal that rent money. They get it wrong, however, and they're going to lose it out of their bank, but it will not go to the person that owns the property. We've got some other very interesting spots on the board as well. We've got our utilities and waterworks and electric company, where you can earn a big pile of money just based off the roll of the dice. We've got, of course, my favorite, chance and community chest, which, as has been found in this series, that can change the game on a dime. And then everybody's favorite, it's those railroads, where there will be a hostile takeover and a chance to change the game in a second. So all three players are still in this thing. So if all of you are ready, let's get ready for it. It's that 15-minute big money round. So as soon as Senior Monopoly gives us our first roll and we move it, then that clock will begin.
All right, gentlemen. Good luck to you. We start things off with a 6 and a 3 for a big 9.
All right, and we've landed on Connecticut Avenue.
We start with you, champ. $600 up for grabs on Connecticut Avenue.
All right, Jason, what is the capital of Spain?
Madrid.
Madrid is correct. $600 to you. You're up to $1,160. All right, next roll, please.
And from a big one to a small, 2 and a 1 for a 3.
And that's the electric company.
All right, players. So just like Turt said, he's going to ask a trivia question. You get it right, you'll get the value of 100 times the roll. So in this case, $300.
All right, all players are in. Hands on buzzers. In the animal kingdom, do scorpions lay eggs or have live young? And that's Scott.
Lay eggs.
No, sorry. Jason.
They have live young.
They do have live young. $300 to you. Takes you to $1,460. All right. Next roll.
5 and a 2 for a 7.
And that takes us to New York Avenue.
All right, Scott, let's see if we can get you some money here. $1,000 up for grabs on New York Avenue.
Scott, in the animal kingdom, Audacious Jumper and Black Widow are both types of which creature?
Spiders.
Spiders are correct. $1,000 to you. You're up to $2,960. Next roll, please.
4 and a 5 for a 9.
And that takes us to Waterworks.
Well, the other of our two utilities players, this time, $900 up for grabs with this question.
Players, in the proverb, what shouldn't one throw out with the bathwater? Jason.
The water.
No, I'm sorry. Scott?
Is it the baby?
Yeah, you shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. $900 to you. I'm still kind of going, huh? All right, next roll, please.
Okay.
Don't
All
throw
right,
out the-
6 and a 1 for 7.
Don't throw out the water with the bathwater. Oh, short line.
All right, players, this is the game-changing space. Hostile takeover time. Third's going to ask a question. If you get it right, you have a chance to steal a property group. Good luck.
All right, here we go. What is the first name of Pasteur, the discoverer of the Jason?
Lewis.
Louis or Lewis. Yes, we'll take either one of those. So, Jason, where would you like to attack? Remember, money is at risk here for you as well.
Orange.
All right, we're going to go backwards here. We're not passing go. All right, St. James Place is where we start. So $950 at risk here on this first question. So here we go. Harare, and that's Harare, is the capital city of which African country?
Algeria.
No, I'm sorry. It's Zimbabwe. Unfortunately, that means we're going to take $950 away from you, and that $950 will go over to its owner, Scott. And with that, this hostile takeover is unsuccessful. All right, next roll, please.
6 and a 4 for a 10.
All right, we're on Atlantic Avenue.
It's got a chance for you to pad out your lead here. $1,150 on Atlantic Avenue.
Scott, in politics, which part of the American Congress has more members, the Senate or the House of Representatives?
The House of Representatives.
House of Representatives is correct. $11.50 to you. Takes you to $59.60. Next roll.
6 and a 3 for a 9.
And that short line.
Here we go again, players. Another chance to steal a group. But you got to get this one right first.
All right, players. In the human body, is the latissimus dorsi muscle in the back or in the leg? Scott.
Back.
It is in the back. All right, what are you wanting to attack?
Light blue.
All right, light blue. So we're going to race around here. All right, we're now under 10 minutes, so we start here with Oriental. 550 is at risk on this first question. In rocket science, what is known as LOX? L-O-X.
Speed.
No, I'm sorry, that would be liquid oxygen. So that means $550 will be taken from you. That will go over to the owner, Jason. And with that, that means this hostile takeover is also unsuccessful. All right, next roll, please. We've still not passed go.
Unbelievable. 6 and a 4 for a 10.
All right, St. James Place.
All right, Scott, let's get you some of that money back. $950 on St. James Place.
Scott, who played Captain John H. Miller in the 1998 film Saving Private Ryan?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is correct. $950 to you. You're up to $63.60. Next roll.
1 and a 5 for a 6. Oh, here we go.
Here it goes. All right, we have hit chance. So
Oh,
this
boy.
is our first time here tonight. We take our first chance card, and it says advance. Advance to New York Avenue. So we're gonna technically go backwards on this, but we are going to say that we have passed go on this. So all players will be collecting $200.
Finally.
And with that, we're on New York Avenue.
All right, well, Scott, $1,000 up for grabs here in addition to the 200 go bonus if you can capitalize.
All right, Scott, does a spider have more or fewer legs than a fly?
More.
More is correct. $1,000 to you. Takes you to $75.60. Next roll.
1 and a
Okay.
That's a 3.
Oh my God! 1 and a 2 for a 3. I'm not kidding.
Well, there's chance again. All right. This time, the card says advance to States Avenue. So, yep. So we will begin be passing go. $200 to all players, and it's States Avenue.
All right, Jason. Let's see if we can get you closer to the lead here. $750 on States Avenue.
Jason, on the internet, what does FTP stand for?
File transfer protocol.
That is correct. $750 to you. Takes you to $22.10. All right, next roll. Under 7
Watch,
minutes
I'm gonna get
remaining.
Watch, I'm probably gonna get either a 4 or a 9. Would you believe it's a 4, 1 and a 3?
And we've landed on community chest.
Unicorn. Unicorn. Unicorn.
All right, so This one says, it's your lucky day. Third place player, which is you, Neil. You're going to collect $25 times the dice roll. It was a dice roll of a 4, meaning you are going to collect $100. All
I
right.
paid my debt back from last time I was here.
Right. All right. Next roll.
Come on, 5. Ooh, close, but it's doubles. 2 and a 2 for a 4.
All right. We're on Kentucky Avenue.
All right, well, that ends the card streak here. But, Scott, $1,050 on Kentucky Avenue to extend your lead, potentially.
All right, Scott. Which fish shares its name with the type of snake that killed Cleopatra?
An asp?
An asp is correct. 1,050 to you. You're up to 88.10. Next roll.
2 and a 5 for a 7.
Come. Oh, whoops. Sorry. I was hitting the totalizer. All right, we have hit Waterworks.
All right, players, $700 up for grabs as we are on another utility.
Players, which country would you find the capital city of Budapest? Jason.
Hungry.
Hungary is correct. I always wonder if they're so hungry, why don't they invade Turkey? All right. So, next roll. Shut up,
We,
bitch.
we've got doubles again. 3 and a 3 for a 6.
And that's Pennsylvania Avenue.
All right, so your most expensive property on the board that you own, $1,400 at stake on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Get this correct, it'll take you over 10,000. In the nursery rhyme that starts, hey diddle diddle, which animal jumped over the moon?
The cow.
The cow did. $10,210. Next roll.
1 and a 6 for a 7.
We have passed go, of course. $200 for all players. And we've landed on Mediterranean Avenue.
Well, Scott, from your most expensive to your least expensive, $250 up for grabs on Mediterranean.
Scott, which Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber stage production ran from 1972 until 1980, making it the longest running West End musical at the time?
Guys and dolls?
No, toss up for Jason or Neil. That would be Jesus Christ Superstar.
Ah.
All right, next roll, please.
We have a 3 and a 5 for an 8.
And that takes us to Connecticut Avenue.
Another golden opportunity here, Jason. $600 at stake on Connecticut Avenue.
Jason, in Colorado, Larimer Square is a feature of which mile-high city?
Denver.
Denver is correct. $600 to you. You're at 37.10. We're under 3 minutes remaining. Next roll.
We have a 3 and a 4 for a 7.
And that's St. James Place.
And Scott, $950 if you can get this one right on St. James Place.
Scott, is a study of fauna a study of plant life or animal life?
One more time, I'm sorry.
Is a study of fauna a study of plant life or animal life?
Fauna. Plant?
No. Jason?
Animal.
It is animal. $950, you're up to $46.60. Next roll.
We have a 3 and a 4 for a 7 again.
Indiana Avenue.
All right, Scott, $10.50 if you can get this one right on Indiana.
2 minutes remaining. Is it true that in the human body only females have eustachian tubes?
No.
No is correct. 1,050 to you. You're up to 1140. Good God. 11,460. Next roll under 2 minutes remaining.
Mark Leota, is that you?
You right?
We have a 1 and a 4 for a 5.
Me again, Margaret. All right, Waterworks.
All right, players, $500. All of you are eligible for Waterworks.
Which U.S. city shares its name with a mythical bird that rose from its own ash? And Scott?
Phoenix.
Phoenix is correct. 500 to you. You're up to 11,960. All right, next roll.
We have a 3 and a 1 or a 4.
And we're to North Carolina Avenue.
The opportunities keep on coming. Scott, 1275 on North Carolina Avenue.
1 minute remaining. In law, what F as in Frank is the American name for a serious crime?
Felony.
Felony is correct. Takes you to 13,235. Next roll.
Big roll. 5 and a 6 for an 11.
We're going to pass go here. $200 to each player. And we've hit Baltic Avenue.
Scott, $450 more if you can get this one right on Baltic.
Scott, in literature, did Byron write a poetic drama called Cain or Abel in 1821?
Kane.
Cain is correct. Another $450 to you. Next roll.
We have a 2 and a 3 for a 5.
And that takes us to Vermont Avenue.
All right, Jason, $550 up for grabs if you can get this one. And this will be the last one, as that sound means time is up.
All right. Here we go, Jason. Last question. What does al dente mean in Italian cooking?
Repeat the question.
What does al dente mean in Italian cooking?
I have no idea.
All right, toss that for Neil or Scott. What does al dente mean in Italian cooking? So we would have accepted firm to the bite or the literal translation of to the tooth. So again, that sound meant that the time is up here for the big money round. Let's take a look at where we stand. Right now in third place is still our gold player Neil at $620. In second is our current champion Jason Meyers at $4,860. And in first place, absolutely blowing everyone clean out, is our green player Scott Michaels at $13,885. Although it's going to be anticlimactic, we're going to go take a break. We are going to sell back all of the upgrades that these players have made to the properties and give them that money back. And when we come back, we'll add that onto their totals, see who's going to move on to our once around the block bonus game for a chance to win up to $50,000 right here on Monopoly. Welcome back here to Monopoly, man. It has been another fun night here, but again, it's been a tad anticlimactic. As you can see the scores up on the wall there. It is time to give these guys some money back, or at least two of them. So, Neil, of course, you didn't have any properties there at the end, so we don't have anything to sell back from the upgrade perspective. So tonight you finish with $620. Our player that was in second at the end of our big money round, our current champion, Jason Meyers, $4,860. We sell back the upgrades from his property. It nets him an additional $2,000, which means tonight he will finish with $6,860. And the anticlimactic part, we go over to our green player, Scott Michaels, who was in first place there with $13,885. We sell back all of his upgrades, which will net him an additional $3,500. We add that to his total, and he finishes tonight with $17,385. Scott Michaels, you are the new champion of Monopoly. Congratulations. We will be back, of course, to talk with you here in just a few moments. But first, let's go ahead and talk to our other players first. We talked to our gold player, Neil Stranitzky. Neil, you were mentioning there in the commercial break, I had said to you, hey, at least you didn't finish in the negative. And you said?
I didn't earn $1 of it.
He didn't earn a damn dollar of it, which is true. But again, the good news is there have been players this season that have finished in the negatives. You at least finish in the positive. That money's going to go along with you. So, of course, when that gets added in, and we're going to make sure that that gets added into you. Okay. It is not wanting to add in properly right now, so we will just go ahead and tell you right now you have $1,629 on the season. Congratulations to you. Very good job by you. Did you have a good time? I know that might be 50-50.
Well, the plan was to lock Jason in the hyperlock chamber, but they decided to double cross me and they locked me in the hyperlock chamber instead.
Right. Well, hey.
But yes, I did have a good time.
Okay, that is good to hear. We're glad that you did. So with that money, that's going to actually, believe it or not, moves you up a position. You're now into 16th place. You've swapped spots with Jose. You actually knocked him down to 17th. Yeah, good news is there's still 2 more opportunities this season to play, although you'll have to sit out episode 24. You could come back in episode 25, potentially, to try to get in that top 9. We thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to give it up there for Mr. Neil Stranitzky. Good guy. And I know here at MVG, we'll see him back, probably not in the too distant future, with another season of Will with Neil. And then, of course, next we come up on what is now our former champion, Mr. Jason Meyers. Jason, $6,860. That's a good total on any night. Tonight, it just didn't happen to be enough to win the game itself. Tell me how you feel your game played out tonight.
Just
Fair. Do you think ultimately it was just were the questions just a little much for you tonight, or was it just one of those that it was one of those superhuman games that eventually took you down?
I think at this point I feel like throwing myself out with the bathwater.
Well, yeah, I would agree. We definitely need to have a talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
Like
can.
after that point, it was just downhill. Like there's no recovering from that.
Yeah, that was definitely tough. I will say that. But hey, the thing is, you have been one hell of a champion here. Again, you went on a 4-game run. There's not a whole lot of people here that's ever done that. and in that run, and of course even tonight coming in second, you are going to leave us here with $85,946. You are in second place overall currently on the season. Again, just like I told Neil, there is still a chance you could come back in episode 25 if you so choose. You may not. You may just sit there and say, I'm good. I know I'm going to make the tournament. I'll just sit around and wait till then. And hey, I wouldn't blame you if you did so. But yeah, you have a good tight hold on second place right now. It's not a guarantee that you'll keep it, but that's a pretty healthy little spot to be in. So I know you've got to be proud of yourself.
Yep, and Jose, you're fired.
Oh,
I will say, as much as I'm sad to see you lose, because you are a good friend, and you did not get the chance to win that Ford Mustang tonight, you will be back next week regardless, because you'll be back in the Mr. Monopoly space. So we look forward to having you there. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you give it up big time for Mr. Jason Meyers. One hell of a champion.
every respect next week, sir. That's a promise.
All right, and now we go to the champion himself, Mr. Scott Michael. Scott, you run roughshod over the competition tonight, no doubt. Yeah, that was one of those that just kind of taking a quick look here. If I'm not mistaken, I could be a little off, but if I'm not mistaken, you have the second highest money total coming out of the first two rounds of anybody this season. The only person you're behind, of course, is Jason from a few episodes back. But yeah, $17,385. I know you have got to be riding a hell of a wave right now.
I did not think I would be anywhere near that total tonight, considering who I was against. But I just stay calm, and yeah, I don't know. I just rode a wave, and apparently is the big kahuna.
Yeah, that is correct, and I do want to mention there, I see Tony just said moo. Unfortunately, Nails is not with us right now, so we will pass on your greetings to him when we see him again. But with that, Scott, you've got that so far. You have a chance. You could add a whole crap load of money onto that. You want to play the bonus game?
Yay!
Let's do it then. Let's go once around the block. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here ready to go once around the block with Scott Michaels. A chance for him to tack on a potential additional $50,000. And, of course, here is how he's going to do it. He is going to have 5 rolls of the dice to try to make it all the way around the board one time. If he passes go, we'll give him $25,000. But if he can land exactly on go, as only one player has ever done in the history of our show here since it's been running, that being Kyle Hershon, if you land exactly on go, we're going to double it and give you $50,000 in bonus cash. Now, we can't make it that easy, though. Of course, as you see up in that upper right-hand corner, we've got our old friend Officer Bar Brady up there. He is trying to make sure that you walk out of here with nothing extra other than what you got in that front game, and he's definitely afraid of you. So he's going to want you to add 4 additional go-to-jail spaces on the board, placing 1 on 2nd Street, 1 on 3rd Street, and 2 on 4th Street. So starting there, let's put our 1 on 2nd Street between St. Charles Place and New York Avenue.
Hey, Jason, where do you think I should put it?
Try Virginia Avenue. It worked so well for me last time.
All right, Virginia.
Until Jose rolled a 4 and a 10 after that.
All right, now we're going to put 1 on 3rd Street between Kentucky Avenue and Marvin Gardens.
Neil, if you're still there, pick 1 on 2nd or on 3rd.
Marvin Gardens.
Marvin Gardens.
All right, and now place me 2 on 4th Street between Pacific Avenue and Boardwalk.
I'm gonna go luxury tax for 1.
All right, luxury tax for 1.
Community chest.
All right, community chest is the last one. All right, so now, of course, if you can roll some doubles at any point during this time, we will give you bonus rolls that will help you along the way. And, of course, every step that you make it around the board, we will give you $100 into that center jackpot. You can leave with that at any time, and if you exhaust all of your rolls and you haven't hit a go to jail space, we will give you that money as well. So with that being said, if you're ready to do it, let's go once around the block. All right, Senor Monopoly, fire up that rock and roller, and Scott, you tell him when to stop.
Oh, I'd love to see some boxcars, Jose. Roll them.
Almost! Almost! 6 and a 5 for an 11!
Oh.
Okay, now I must say we have a little problem. I had opened the wrong form of the bonus game, so you're only going to see half the money in there, but we will double it at the end if he does not win the jackpot. So you're technically at $1,100 right now. I just opened the wrong one for some reason. All right, so with that, you've got 4 rolls remaining. Do you want to continue on, or do you want to walk away?
I'm gonna continue.
All right, fire that rock and roller back up. Tell him when to stop it.
Come on, Jose. Boxcars, please, man. Roll them.
3 and a 5 for an 8.
I'll take it and pass one of them.
All right, that is going to add an additional amount in there. So we're up to 1,900 on your journey around the board. You've got 3 rolls left. At this point now, your bad roll is 9 and 10.
10 and 11.
10 and 11. Okay, I always, on that corner, I always get confused. Okay, 10 and 11. Thank you. 10 and 11. Continue on with your 3 rolls or walk away.
I will continue.
All right, fire up that rock and roller again. Tell him when to stop.
Come on. 9 are boxcars. 9 are boxcars, Jose. Roll them.
4 and a 3 for a 7.
Okay.
All right, we add that on, of course, so we know that's doubled. You're up to $2,600 right now. You've got 2 rolls remaining. Bad rolls. 3, 4, 7, 12. That is the most bad numbers I've ever seen someone have. So, you can walk away with $2,600, or you can risk it for the biscuit. Try to take these 2 rolls and see if you can't get the 5 figures. What do you do?
I'm going to go for it.
He's going for it. Fire that rock and roller up. Here we go.
A 9, Jose, please. A 9. Roll them.
Never have I been so nervous about this.
Oh, no.
We have a 2 and a 6 for an 8.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
All right, so this is where we are right now, Scott. You have 1 roll left. You've got $3,400 in that center pot that you can walk away with right now. Or you can take that last roll. If you can keep from rolling a 4, you will be safe and walk away with money for sure. A 6 gives you $50,000. A 7 or above gives you $25,000. What do you do?
I've gone this far. I'm going. And I'm going to go all the way. Whatever happens, happens.
All right, then here we go. Fire that rock and roller up for what will likely be the last time. Senor Monopoly. Scott, best of luck to you. Let's see if we can win 5 figures. Tell him when to stop it.
A 6, Jose. A 6, if not higher. Roll them.
6 and 2 for an 8.
Yes!
That means you have just won $25,000 in cash. Congratulations, Scott.
I finally beat the bonus!
The bonus game has taken many victims, but it does not take one tonight. And Scott, when we add that on with what you won in the front game this evening, tonight you're walking out of here with $42,385. Scott Michaels, tell me what you are thinking at this moment.
Oh my! I'm so glad I got the monkey off my back of once around the block. First 2 times I went after this, I didn't win. And I finally went once around the block. I am so freaking happy, dude.
You should absolutely be charged on that one for being able to get that. When we take a look now at where you stand, that takes you up on the season to $77,070, moving you in to 3rd place overall for the season. And of course, as we know, the top 3 players will have a major advantage when it comes to our Tournament of Champions. Hearing that, you have got to be over the moon knowing you're coming back again next week.
Oh, I am so happy to come back next week, and it's for a good reason other than I want to play this game. I'm champ 2 with it.
Hey, I feel you there. Well, congratulations to you, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up there for Scott Michaels. We'll see him back again here next week. Somebody that we won't see unless they decide to play, Jose, that would be you. So this is kind of one of our low moments of the evening. I guess in your words, tell me what it's like to be able to come back and be Senior Monopoly, and just tell me what your thoughts are right now.
First off, I do appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come out these last 4 weeks and substitute. It's definitely been a blast. And in terms of this once around the block game, I'm just glad that we had this kind of a bonus round to send me off with. But more than likely, you may be seeing me play next week. But I guess we'll just see what happens. But you'll be seeing Mr. Monopoly himself, Jason, back here next week.
Well, hey, I know that we often give you a lot of crap around here, but you've done a fantastic job being Senior Monopoly. Definitely appreciate you filling in for Jason. And, who knows, there may come another time down the road that we will see you back here in this position again. Ladies and gentlemen, please also give it up there for Jose Cosres for doing a great job helping us out in filling in for Jason. So, but hey, we have come in to the end here of another fantastic night of Monopoly. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 episodes away from making it to our Season 2 Tournament of Champions. Man, we have been having so much fun here. Before we get into all the closing, let's just take a look into our live chat a little bit, see what's going on there. Let's see. We've got Robert saying, nice job, Scott. Victory dance time. And who is the 3rd member that's in the top 3? Thank you, Robert. That's actually a really good question. So right now in the 1st place overall is Kyle Hershon. He has currently gotten, let me pull that up for you. He's at $90,365. So he's definitely in shooting distance. If Scott pulls another night like tonight, he is definitely in shooting distance from Scott to be able to take that number 1 spot. But we can definitely say that no matter what, Kyle, Jason, and Scott, all 3 of them are going to be safe. They're definitely going to be in the Tournament of Champions at this point. Question just is, are they going to be able to hold on to those top 3 spots? So thank you definitely for that question. And Robert also says, well done, Jose, the last 4 weeks. So, yeah, we've got some other just funny stuff that was going on during the bonus game there. Tony says, Grandma said, has anyone seen my G-string? Unfortunately, her G-string is more like a Z blanket. They actually at one point used that to catch space garbage. So Yeah, it's let's just say she's got quite the large fanny. But yeah, thank you for that anyway, Tony. And of course, as I always say, those of you that come out to the live chat, man, I want to see you guys show up inside of MVG Productions. You guys have been so supportive of us, and I think you'd have a good time coming in here and just even chatting with us, even if you didn't play initially. Definitely being able to have a chance to do that. So yeah, go to the Facebook page. Any of you watching this now, you watch it on demand. Go to the Facebook page. MVG Productions is what you're looking for. Don't look for Grandma Studios because you ain't gonna find shit. At least not doing Facebook. So yeah, go check out MVG Productions there. You'll see what our schedule looks like weekly, and that's where you can apply to try to become a member of MVG Productions. And we would love to see you come out, hang out with us, talk to us, possibly play some games, whether it be on live stream, video recorded, or the ones that just kind of happen as we're hanging out together. So definitely come out and join us there. And this is the perfect time of year to do it because coming up here very, very soon is going to be the taping dates for the 2024 Game Show Marathon. We're looking forward to that. Lots of epic surprises and stuff for you guys this year. So definitely looking forward to being a part of that myself in a multitude of different ways. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you again for supporting us and for watching us week in and week out. It is definitely a pleasure and a blessing to be able to do that. Make sure you like the video. You can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed, go find us a couple of other people that'll subscribe. We want to get those numbers up. I'd love to see by the end of the year that Brandon can throw some big celebration that we're at like 2,000 subscribers. That's just a way that we try to sit there and get the name out and share the love of game shows that we have. Make sure you ring the bell for notifications so that you know when the next on-demand videos and the next live streams are coming out. The next big live stream that you're going to see this week, of course, Thursday night, is going to be the season finale, the Tournament of Champions championship game on Sorry. Jason, if you're still there with us, would you remind everybody who's going to be the 4 players in the championship game?
Let's see. In no particular order, there is Doug Travinger, Travis Coulter, Zach Appleton, and damn it, Scott Seffy McVeigh.
Yes.
I should have wrote this shit down.
It's okay. You didn't know I was going to say it. But yeah, so guys, make sure you come out for that. That is going to be an epic party that night. And let me tell you, there is going to be some money to be won that night. So make sure you come out and join us 11:10 Central on Thursday night for the final episode of the season. And it's going to be the last one that you're going to see us for a while on Sorry the Game Show, because that one's going to be taking a hiatus for several months. So come out and enjoy us as we end season 1 of Sorry. But again, it is time for us to get out of here. So thank all of you very much for stopping in and watching this evening and staying all the way to the very end of all this. He was Jose Cazares. I'm Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell aren't. We'll see you back here next time when we go once around the block, right here with your favorite game. It's Monopoly. Until then, take care, and bye for now.
Oh.